case, he was a remarkable good man and a remarkably good man who became an abolitionist because that was consistent with the fellow he had been becoming since he was a small child. And that you cannot say that about John Brown.
You know, I'll just say this about John Brown. When John Brown was executed, Thaddeus Stevens said, fine. He did not, I mean, it's one of the sort of complicated things about, you know, grappling with Stevens. Whereas there were abolitionists who were really sorry about what happened to John Brown, you know, like Garrison, Phillips, my other heroes. That wasn't Stevens. Although, interestingly enough, later in Stevens' life, he changed his tune. So in 1865, he had nice things to say about John Brown, but initially when John Brown was executed, you know, he thought John Brown ought to have been executed. You know, again, in trying to come to grips with this whole phenomenon, in starting to talk with people, one of my students the other day suggested going at it not in the sort of biographical, chronological way that I've portrayed in this talk this afternoon, but rather her idea was set forth the ingredients that you think make for a GWP, and then just you know, discuss more sort of abstractly those ingredients. Thematically, yes, thematically. I'm almost certain that I'm not going to do that. And one of the reasons why I'm not going to do it, discussing it thematically would have the value of, I think, increased chance of analytic clarity. But you would be giving up something. The thing you'd be giving up would be the messiness of human ambiguity, human inconsistency. You know, I mean, people are just put together in weird ways. And so I think again, the thematic, like I said, you know, I want to have analytic clarity. And I like analytic clarity.